What is happening, everyone? Welcome. Welcome to Just JP. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to listen to all of side one of Fleetwood Mac's, not Fleetwood's Mac, album Rumours, released in 1977. We're going to do the whole first side of the album. First of all, I hope that this was a nice surprise. It's not a long song Saturday. I wanted to listen to this album. Two, I thought it'd be kind of nice. I like to throw surprises out every once in a while. And if it's your first time here, maybe it's not a surprise. But at least for, the regular viewers, I think this is kind of like a cool surprise. We're going to listen to the first side. Now, a few things before we get into the album here. One, Fleetwood Mac, they block the music, right? So it's going to be edited here. What I'll likely do is I'm probably going to stop every song and talk about it. And then we'll just move on to the next song. We got 6 songs here on the first side. Now, some I've already heard, and some we've actually covered on the channel. Dreams, know that one. The Chain, which is on the second side, so not included here, we've done on the channel. And though it's not included in the original pressing, we have done Silver Springs as well already. So those 3 tracks, I've already heard. So the other ones, as far as I know, I don't... Actually, go your own way. I mean, if that's the song I'm thinking of, I'm sure I've heard that one also. So... like I said, the music will be edited here on YouTube, but if you're watching on Patreon, it's all just freely available right there for you. Oh, and if you're on YouTube, like always, you can just click on the Patreon and watch the full video there. You don't have to pay anything. It's just there. I'm not trying to keep people out from good music, so we're going to do that. We'll take on the second side at some point. I don't really have a date. We'll just do it whenever I have the time to, I have a good chunk of time, and I was trying to make sure I had a good time to dedicate to actually listening and enjoying, absorbing, discussing each of the songs here. Truthfully, I would really love to move into side listens of albums instead of doing song by song, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. I would really love to convert into more album listens rather than just song piecemeal kind of listens. But I would always edit the song, no matter what, whether it's blocked or not. I would always edit it because it is a lot of problems if the songs get blocked later on, and then you got an hour video that's just... So, anyways, sit down, relax, pull up a chair, pull up your best cup of coffee, or if you're like me, a little matcha. Look at that. I just made this just now. I can't lean it. Man, I love that green. It's so vibrant. You're probably like, dude, just start the music. Hold on, take a sip. You gotta take things in stride and in sips. Hold on. That's the best cup of matcha I've made in a long time. And also, if you're interested, you can buy a shirt. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get into the first track here. That would be Secondhand News. Like I said, if I feel like the song is naturally going to kind of transition to the next one, I may just let it go. But if I do want to discuss it, we're going to stop it and discuss it. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's go. That's a very upbeat folk pop song to start off the album with. I love how jangly and poppy it is. I love how it moves. I love how it bounces. I like the singing a lot. But what I really enjoy is those little peaks of electric guitar that just start to simmer about halfway through the track, and then at the end get a little more of a solo going on, a little more of a lead, and I'm hoping to hear a little bit more of that going on. Because I enjoyed the rhythm guitar, I enjoyed the nature of it all and how it just moves, but I really liked hearing the undercurrent of distortion coming up, the undercurrent of electricity starting to breathe a little bit. I really like that, Otherwise, this is a pretty straightforward track. I like the na 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 na. Like, that's fun. It's happy. It moves. Can we bring it back really quick to the beginning, though? One thing I thought was kind of interesting. I think it's just the way that the guitar is being strummed, because you can hear the actual impact on the strings. I think that's what it is, because you can hear in between the bass and the actual melody of the guitar. You kind of hear that a little bit. It's like someone slapping a rubber something. I don't know. I think that's just the impact of whoever's playing the guitar hitting the actual strings there, and we're kind of getting the sound of that there. Now, in that particular section, it could be Lindsey Buckingham playing Or it could be, actually, no, he's the only one credited with the guitar, so I apologize for that. It would absolutely be Lindsey Buckingham. But let's go ahead and take a look at the lyrics. I know there's nothing to say, someone has taken my place. When times go bad, when times go rough, won't you lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff? So this is like, all right, someone's taken my place. That's fine. Whatever. I'm moving on. Just let me do what I'm going to do now. Won't you lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff? Let me do my own thing. You've already found someone to take my place. I'm gonna go my own way. I know I got nothing on you. I know there's nothing to do. When times go bad and you can't get enough, won't you lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff? Just leave me alone. One thing I think you should know, I ain't gonna miss you when you go. Been down so long, I've been tossed around enough. Oh, couldn't you just let me go down and do my stuff? Saying, I've been through this before. This is not my first rumble. This is not my first tumble. And you know what? You're not going to keep me down. So leave me alone. Get out of here. I'm going to do my own thing. So that's what the whole song seems to be about. I know you're hoping to find someone who's giving you peace of mind. When times go bad, when times go rough, won't you lay me down? Tall grass, let me do my stuff. I'm just second-hand news. So almost kind of like a depressing way of looking at it when they're admitting, I'm just second-hand news. Don't worry about me. This ain't no first-hand account. I'm doing just fine. You may hear rumors. Ain't no rumors. I'm doing well. So let's go ahead and look into a little bit of the information here just to see if there's any other background information in this particular track. I have the Wikipedia page pulled up here. It says that this is one of several songs on the album that reflects the romantic breakup of Buckingham and bandmate Stevie Nicks. The song was inspired by the redemption Buckingham was finding in other women after the failed relationship with Nicks. He sings that although he does not trust his lover and cannot live with her, he cannot live without her either. That's a dangerous position to be in. Oh, that's a dangerous position to be in when it comes to relationships. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next song. That will be the ever popular Dreams, which, like I said, already heard, but you know what? We're going to hear it one more time at least. Here we go. I think when it comes to Dreams, it's pretty easy to understand just why it became so popular, just why it charted so high, why it succeeded as the band's, as far as I know, probably most popular song. I mean, besides the obvious things, it just has a certain mood about it. It's extremely easygoing, it's extremely laid back, but especially on a second listening, or many, as I've heard this one before, I think that it really is in the details of it. Listen to the soft, sparkling touches of electric piano that just accent throughout the verse. You have the little tapping percussion elements, the congas, that just drip down every once in a while in the music, especially as it builds up. And the song doesn't quite build up, it just builds. It just builds upon the already established atmosphere. I like the little bass touches that you got going on, a little fill that happens about halfway through. It's a bass line that feels really good. Guitar playing is extremely laid back, creating even more ambience. It's just a very moody track. The vocals, of course, definitely assure that as they remain just very lackadaisical, without a care, without worry. Just singing your stuff. Just putting it out there. I mean, hold on, let me pull it back up here. Listen just to how it even begins. Let me pull it back here. As soon as the bass line comes in, as soon as the snares roll, and the soft weeping of the guitar rolls in, it's just all bliss from there. It just melodically, it fulfills to me every point. This is what pop music should be. It pops, it's thorough in its completion of what it does, and it feels good. Maybe this is a track that, at this point, yeah, it's a bit overplayed. That doesn't diminish the quality of the track, in my opinion. I think it's a wonderful track. And then the way that all the harmonies kind of arise in lead, and in tow with the lead, I should say, of the sing. I mean, it all just feels right. It's a song that feels good. Let's talk about it. Now, here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel, but listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness. So if you want to go out and, have this freedom, that's totally okay. But just keep in mind, you might end up very lonely. Like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost. Man, sometimes things are not greener on the other side. Sometimes you may look at that other side and you're like, man, I wish I was over there. And then someone tells you, all right, if you think that's fine, I hope, I wish the best for you. Then you get on that other side and you're like, man, can I jump back? Can I jump back over the fence? Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. And I love the little blast of music that happens there, like actual crashing thunder, without relying on the sound effect. Players only love you when they're playing. Say, women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. Once you've gone and done all that, and you've tried to achieve these dreams or what you think are dreams for you, eventually, next morning, the rain washes you over, gives you a clean mindset, and you say, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now here I go again. I see the crystal visions. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you'd like to sell? Dreams of loneliness. So it's a cautionary tale. I don't know the exact details of it, but it's a cautionary tale. The person that's giving advice is saying, I've had visions. I see the crystal visions. I know what's going to happen. I don't want to say I told you so, but I knew this was going to happen. And they keep those visions to themselves because maybe the other person's only going to learn through their own experience. And then they just repeat the lyrics here in the rest of the track as it moves on. It says that at this point, I guess Mick Fleetwood was going through a divorce. The McVies were separating, and Buckingham and Nicks were ending their 8-year relationship. Everyone was really entangled in this, huh? I didn't really know just how intermingled the band was here, but I want to know about the writing of this particular track. It says that the main writers, Buckingham, McVie, and Nicks, wrote individually, and the chain is the only one that was written together between the band. But this one here in particular, hold on, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This one says that Nicks, I sat down on my bed with my keyboard in front of me, found a drum pattern, switched my little cassette player on, and wrote dreams in about 10 minutes. Man, 10 minutes? I want to write a song like that in 10 minutes. When Nicks played the song to the rest of the group, by the way, I love reading about like when one member writes a track, they write something out and then they present it to the rest of the band. I love reading the reactions, right? Kind of gives you a little bit of an insight into the band dynamics. He says that they weren't nuts about it, but I said, please, at least try. Because the way I play things, sometimes you really have to listen. And they recorded it the following day. That's really funny. Come on, please, just give it a shot. Give it a shot. I promise. We're going to write it, and you're going to hear what I'm hearing. You're going to hear what I'm trying to put out there. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and move into the next track here. Let me get my page back up. And that would be Never Going Back Again. Let's go. That's a nice little acoustic transition out of the dreamy dreams into whatever the next track itself is going to bring. This is good folk guitar playing. This is a nice acoustic break, a nice balance to the album, to the first side before we move on. Now I'm curious, and I always mention this, but I'm not a guitar player. To be honest, I don't have an interest in playing guitar. It's just one of those instruments that's not one that I would like to play. But I do admire it, especially great guitarist. Now, Lindsey Buckingham. Is he considered a great guitarist? Is he considered a very technical guitarist? Because to my novice ears, I don't know anything about guitars, so this may be one of the simplest things ever, but it sounds kind of deep. It sounds like there's a lot of depth going on with the rhythm of it all, and then the leads. I love the sparkling, I like the little sparkling ends on it. It's like flowers to the stalks. I think that this is a nice piece here. Singing is good too. I like that. There. Mm-hmm. It feels like a very down-to-earth piece. It just feels good. It only lasts not even 3 minutes, I should say. messing up what I'm saying. 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It's not even a 3 minute song. Like I said, that's why it feels like a nice interlude here on the first side. The lyrics, she broke down and let me in, made me see where I'd been. Been down one time, been down two times. I'm never going back again. You don't know what it means to win. Come round and see me again. Been down one time, been down two times. I'm never going back again. Well, she broke down and let him in, and then made him see where he'd been. So he had some regrets, perhaps, upon. I'm getting a lot of relationship stuff out of, out of the lyrics here, by the way. But there is, I mean, the way that everyone's so romantically involved, it seems. I mean, there's a lot of relationship stuff in the lyrics. So he's having regrets. He's having second thoughts. Why did I come back? Should I have come back? I don't know. I don't think you should have gone back. It says that this song was written by Lindsey Buckingham. And that's apparently the working title of the song was Brushes, because it was originally recorded with just Buckingham playing acoustic guitar and Mick Fleetwood playing on the snare with the drum brushes. It says that the song, let me see, hold on, I just had it. It is one of several songs that Buckingham wrote in the wake of the breakup with Stevie Nicks, being one of the last songs written for the album after he had a rebound relationship with another woman. See, that's the important part, because looking back at the lyrics, made me see where I'd been. He looked at her and in reflection found those regrets. Been down one time, been down two times, I'm never going back again. Now I see what we're doing. Okay, I see. Well, let's move on and into the next track. That would be Don't Stop. Don't Stop. Sorry.
Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone.
Okay, maybe I didn't see the name of this song, but okay, I know this song. I've heard this song before, so that's not a first listen. As a matter of fact, that chorus I've heard so many times, whether I don't even know where I've seen it, probably in TV commercials and such. But I've heard that so many times that, yeah, that's very familiar to me. What I found strongest, first of all, I'm very happy to hear that electric guitar coming back in full swing. I really wish there was a little bit more of that electric guitar. I want to hear that thing go. Because everything's there. All the right ingredients are there. I just want a little more salt in my stew. That's what I'm looking for with the guitar. But you do have a very nice melodic section between the guitar and the piano. I really like what I'm hearing there. This song is a more straightforward kind of pop rock song, but there's also a kind of strong blues influence in here. The folk is kind of like shifted away just a little bit in favor of a more blues rotation. And I don't mean like in the notes, but if you listen to the rhythm, it's kind of bluesy. And it has a very nice swing to it, of course, primarily established by the drumming. But the swing of it all, it feels good. It moves very nice. It's very upbeat. And the chorus, like I said, I've heard it so many times, it's kind of like, I get that kind of feeling again. But it is a good chorus. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that rhythm section though, but I'm listening for that guitar and the piano. They are really working beautifully together there. With this track, lyrics, if you don't wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at the day, you'll see things a different way. We get a positive outlook here on the album. I love a positive outlook, especially since we've talked so much about the turmoil in the relationships and some of the dynamics there. It's nice to get a track here that's, hey, not everything's going to go right. But when things aren't going right, take a moment. Take some time. It may take some time. Take a look outside. Take a look around. You'll see things a different way. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll be here soon. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Whatever happened before, it's over. I'm only guessing they're probably talking about the relationships and stuff again. Right? Yesterday, it's over. Okay. Put that aside. Let's move on. Let's move forward. Why not think about the times to come and not about the things that you've done? If your life was bad to you, just think what tomorrow will do. Tomorrow is always an opportunity for something. That's it. Tomorrow is always an opportunity for something. So make something out of it. All I want is to see you smile. If it just takes a little while, I know you don't believe that is true. I never meant to harm you. And then it ends with don't you look back, don't you look back, don't you look back. Don't worry about yesterday. Focus on tomorrow. That's really straightforward. Very straightforward on this one. With this track, it says that it reflects Christine McVie's feelings after her separation from John McVie after 8 years of marriage. Don't Stop was just a feeling. It just seemed to be a pleasant revelation to have that yesterday's gone. Yeah, it's true. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday is very much gone. So from here, let's move on to the next track, which I'm quite sure I know as well. Go Your Own Way. You can go your own way. It has to be that song. So I think the only song on the first side of the album that I'm not going to know going forward is just Songbird. As far as I know. For all I know, I may know it. Anyway, let's go ahead and let it rip. Let's go.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do. You can go your own way. Go your own way.
I'm hearing some guitar goodness. Hearing some guitar goodness just on the eve, just on the brink, just on the horizon. All right, so I already know this song, right? I've definitely heard this one. One thing I never noticed before is just a little bit of organ. It's so faint in there, and I want it brought up. Just a little bit of organ that's in the back there. You guys know, organ I have an ear for. I want to hear more of that. Now, Christine McVie, who's been handling the organ, some of the vocals, the pianos, and other things like that, she seems like one of those members that may not be heard immediately, but is like doing so much when it comes to the melodic atmosphere of the track. Here, I wish that the organ was like put up a little bit. Honestly, same thing with the guitar. I wish that the electric guitar was put up a little bit as well. But otherwise, this is a good sounding song. It's a very inspirational anthem. I love the drumming just charging on the toms, and everything sounds really good. The group sounds great as they sing out the chorus of You Can Go Your Own Way. It's just very moving and inspirational. It's a track that, once again, I'm sure through radio play and constantly being on the air and constant, and repeated listens, you're like, I don't really want to hear that one anymore. But I would imagine when it came out, it probably took the world by storm, or at least listeners by storm. Like, man, I can do anything. I just see it as a very inspirational kind of track here. Let's go ahead and go over the lyrics on this one. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, maybe I'd give you my world. How can I when you won't take it from me? I'm offering you the world, baby. It's right here. You gonna take it? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up's all you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up. Everything's waiting for you. But you want to go your own way. And that's okay if you want to go in your own way. It says that Stevie Nicks did not leave the shacking up quip unanswered. I very much resented him telling the world that packing up, shacking up with different men was all I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Man, there's some bad blood and stuff going on in here. There's a lot of stuff on this album. It says that this particular track documents the strain in relationships between the band members. Yeah, I could tell. Neither Wikipedia pages show me that one. Stevie Nicks, I was completely devastated when she took off, Buckingham noted, and yet I had to make hits for her. I had to do a lot of things for her that I didn't really want to do, and yet I did them. So on one level, I was a complete professional, but there was a lot of pent-up frustration and anger towards Stevie in me for many years. Writing that song helped Buckingham come to terms with the reality. Man, there's some bad... How did this album get recorded? How did this album get recorded with so much bad blood and stuff going on between the members? And I mean, I guess they pushed through the pain, and through their pain led to such creativity and, of course, success. But I got to admit, I mean, it's quite shocking. I'd have to read a little bit more on this album to really kind of get it. But there's some stuff going on in here. All right, let's move on to the final track on side 1 of the album. This is going to be Songbird. Like I said, at some point, we'll go ahead and continue the rest of the album. We'll listen to side 2. But for now, this is just a little quick surprise, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and take one final trip around the bend with Songbird.
And the songbirds are singing like they know the score.
What a beautiful ending to the first side of the album. Christine McVie taking it over, taking us on this tender ballad, this very romantic ballad of love and reflection. Once again, this like completely kind of different from, you know, all the tension built before in the other songs. This is really freeing. Kind of like an uncaged bird. This is very freeing, and she is a songbird that is singing her song. This is very emotional. I love the resonance that it has here, especially as an ending to the first side of the album. And as far as I can tell, it really is just Miss McVie doing her thing on the piano. There was a little guitar there at the end, I think, that I heard in the back. Nah, that's too much at the end. I could have sworn I heard guitar in here. It's there, I promise. It's somewhere in there. I heard a little bit of it, but it's very light. This is pretty much piano driven. Just a very, very emotional, sensitive song. And the lyrics even work very well in this album, because this may not be like a concept album, but it definitely has a theme. For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining. And I feel that when I'm with you, it's all right. I know it's all right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. Because I feel that when I'm with you, it's all right. I know it's all right. Yeah, when you have that person, the world feels great. The world feels at ease. Everything is okay. There'll be no more crying. Always the sun will be shining for you. And the songbirds singing like they know the score. And I love you like never before. And I like this line, by the way. And I wish you all the love in the world, but most of all, I wish it from myself. Like, I wish everyone could love you. I wish just nothing but good vibes and feelings towards you. I want the best for you. But even more than that, I want to give you that best. I want to give you that love. It's a small line, but I really like that line. It catches on very nicely, and I think that those two lines, rather, they kind of evoke the whole emotional state of this particular track. It's a wonderful track, and her singing is also very lovely in here. There's a few moments in there where she kind of like, not pulls gymnastics, because that's way too acrobatic, but she puts a little spin, a little finesse. Let's use that word. She puts a little bit of finesse in some of her singing there. It says that this song came up to her as she was finished, or as the band was finishing up a recording session. She wrote it in half an hour, around midnight, but didn't have anyone to record it. And so apparently, to ensure she didn't forget the chord structure, she stayed up all night. I mean, if that's what you got to do. If that's what you got to do. And for that recording session, 15 microphones were placed around the auditorium to capture the performance. And you can kind of hear that. There is an empty stage, empty auditorium kind of sound to the production side of it, which allows those piano notes to really ring out. Like I had mentioned in the, like about halfway through, wondering how the band had recorded this with all their relationship stuff, I found this little paragraph in Wikipedia. I was just sitting here reading about the album to learn a little bit more. It says, as the studio sections progressed, the band... can't even speak. As the studio sessions progressed, the band members' new intimate relationships that formed after various separations started to have a negative effect on the band. The musicians did not meet or socialize after their daily work. At the time, the hippie movement still affected Sausalito's culture, and drugs were readily available. So I guess there was a lot of sleepless nights and extensive use of cocaine, it says here. Chris Stone, one of the record plant's owners, indicated that in 1997 that Fleetwood Mac brought excess at its most excessive by taking over the studio for long and extremely expensive sessions. He said that the band would come in at 7 at night, have a big feast, party until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then when they were so whacked out they couldn't do anything, they start recording. Okay, if that's what you need to pregame. And then Nick suggested that Fleetwood Mac created the best music when they were in the worst shape, while Buckingham said that the tensions between band members informed the recording process and led to the whole being more than the sum of the parts. Man, there's a lot going on in there, but through all that, they made it work. So, hey, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoyed the surprise. I hope that it was like a good surprise, you know, or at least a decent surprise. I had a good time listening to this first side of the album. Like I said, we'll listen to the second side. I don't know, at some point I'll listen to it. But for now, thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like, go out. Find your own way. Don't stop until you find whatever it is you're looking for, whatever that happiness may be. Before you do leave, if you could do me a favor and like the video, you can share the video if you think anyone else will enjoy it on any of your social medias and all that kind of stuff, on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, I don't know, whatever else people have. Tinder, you can do that too. If you want, you can support the channel on Patreon. You can follow me on Twitter. I don't know if I even said that. Did I say that? Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you later. Bye.